Very good morning to you on this beautiful Thursday morning here on 88.9 FM, WDNA, WDNA.org, and worldwide on TuneIn Radio and all the other mobile applications. This is the University of Miami Frost Jazz Hour here on 88.9 FM. WDNA. My name is Maggie Pereira, and I'm hosting this morning in lieu of Chuck Bergeron, and we hope to have him here soon, at least see part of his face soon. And we have a wonderful, wonderful, and exciting program for you this morning with the resuming the live music here from the WDNA Jazz Gallery, albeit without an audience, but we hope to have you back soon. And this morning we have a very exciting program, the Russ Spiegel Organ Trio, and that's him on guitar and Mr. Jim Gasior on organ and Mr. Rodolfo Zuniga on drums. So let's get it started, folks. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to see you again. Beautiful, just beautiful. Russ Spiegel Organ Trio here on the Frost Jazz Hour on 88.9 FM WDNA, WDNA.org. My name is Maggie Bayaya, sitting in this morning actually, for Chuck Bergeron, and we hope to see him soon. And we're so happy that you're able to tune into live music from the WDNA Jazz Gallery. So, Russ, let's take a moment and talk, although distance, but talk. And it's so nice to see you again.
So nice to see you, Maggie. It's great to be here.
Great. I was just looking over your bio, and every time I look at musicians' bios and I see that the sister played the bluegrass fiddle, and your brother is a pianist, and your father is an amateur jazz trumpet player. What wonderful music in your house, huh?
Growing up, there was somebody always playing something, or we were listening to music. There was, it was just always in the house. My brother would always have rehearsals at the house. My father would always be playing along with his play-alongs, and sometimes we'd go to concerts by them. It was great.
Well, and I see here that you lived for a time in Germany. How interesting that must have been.
A couple years, 19 years.
Oh, 19 years.
Yeah.
That's also okay. So you're fluent in several languages.
Yeah. It was an amazing experience being an American, growing up in another country, learning other cultures, and getting just very different impressions about the world.
Right, and starting your music interest there as well, right? I mean, continuing your music interest in Germany.
Oh, yeah. One of the interesting things was when I was there, I was playing with a pretty famous organ player, actually, Barbara Dennerlein. I don't know if Jim knows her, but she recorded for Verve and a number of albums and played with some really, really big-name people. She's still active on the scene, of course, there. But I was also working in that band with somebody from Miami, a saxophonist named Rick Keller. So I know some people will know him who's listening. And I started writing big band charts, and Rick said, and I never got the chance to hear them, and Rick said, why don't you put a big band together? And that was the beginning of my big band career.
Well, wonderful, yeah. And you played the big band with Tony Bennett, I see.
Oh, well, no, that was actually for a TV show.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that wasn't a big band. No, but I started my own big bands back then. I started writing for big band and running big bands.
Okay. So you went to University of Maryland and then Berkeley, and how'd you land back here in Miami?
Well, first of all, that was a very special Maryland campus because it was in Munich, Germany. Because they have some kind of contract with the American Department of Defense, so they have campuses all over the world. And then, how I ended up here, I was living in New York City after moving back to the States in 2001. And surviving in New York is already a win, I think, for that time. But I needed to do something more. And I had sent my big band charts into Gary Lindsay, who was the head of music composition or jazz composition here at the University of Miami. And he kindly offered me a scholarship and a stipend. And so I was learning and working with him and all the great students that he had here at the wonderful University of Miami.
Right. Now he's retired.
Right. Wow. Crazy, huh?
Right. Are you teaching at the moment? Or?
I am. I teach at, I just started teaching full-time music technology and jazz guitar at Miami Arts Charter. I'm also at Barry University teaching guitar and composition. Sometimes I do stuff for the New World School of the Arts and other stuff that comes up. I also do clinics and workshops and seminars.
That was your own composition you played?
Yes. That was a piece called Deep Brooklyn because I was in a dark place at one point in my life and I was living deep in Brooklyn, and so I composed a number of pieces about that time.
Well, okay. Well, let's hear some happy Miami music now.
Oh, well, actually, the next one may not be exactly that. But this one is well, it began as an epic, and it's a story, if you want. It's called Long Way Home.
Okay.
So hope you enjoy it.
All right. Russ Spiegel Organ Trio here on 88.9 FM at the UM Frost Jazz Hour. Beautiful, just beautiful. The Russ Spiegel Organ Trio here on the Frost Jazz Hour, WDNA, Community Public Radio in Miami. Russ Spiegel on guitar, Jim Gasior on organ, and Rodolfo Zuniga on drums. We'll be back in a moment. We've got a couple of messages, so stay tuned for more on the other side. All right, we're back. This is WDNA Community Public Radio, and we've got a wonderful set of live music here in the WDNA Jazz Gallery as part of the Frost Jazz Hour. We've got the Russ Spiegel Organ Trio, and it's been wonderful so far, so continue on, Russ.
Thank you. The next tune we're going to play is a composition, a fairly new one. It's called Smooth Move.
Smooth. Great, great, great. Russ Spiegel Organ Trio here on the UM Frost Jazz Hour and WDNA, Community Public Radio in Miami. What did we just hear? What did we hear?
That was a tune called Smooth Move.
All right.
And one of the things that happened because of COVID, right about the week before we were going to go into the studio to record all our new tunes, we had the lockdown.
Ah,
And I had people coming. I had Hendrik Merkins was going to be coming down from New York, along with the great saxophonist Tim Armacost. I had Etienne Charles, who was going to be flying in as well to join us on a couple tunes. Wendy Peterson was going to be singing with us, and David Leon also coming down from New York to be back with us. And that all got put on ice because of COVID.
of course. And hopefully it'll be done at some point or another.
Absolutely. That is definitely in the plans. Everybody's down for it. We all know the tunes. We keep playing them and keep getting them tighter. And when it finally comes time, I think there'll be so much joy and energy in the music. I hope it will carry over very nicely.
I'm sure it will. We'll have the patience of Job, is it? So definitely we have that. And so long as we keep safe and everybody will be able to get back together again.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, let's hear some more music.
All right. This is a piece by... Actually, how are we doing with time here?
Oh,
What do
we're
you guys
fine.
think? Do we have time for two? Yeah, we'll keep
Yeah.
this one short.
Sure.
This is a piece by John Coltrane, and I'll say more afterwards.
All right.
So we're going to play one last tune. This one's called I Was Down, but My Friends Helped Me Up.